We will bring to order the special meeting of the tree board for Tuesday, September 9th, 2023 at 6:30 PM. Call to order. I do not, do we need to take a roll call? All right.
I think so. Trustee Postuma?
Here.
Trustee Braden?
Here.
Trustee Fisher?
Here.
Chairman Banky?
Here. So I know we do not have minutes to approve.
So I was looking back at my records, and maybe you can check this, but we had a meeting on July 19th of last year.
Yes, I didn't get those on the agenda, but our next board meeting will get both minutes on.
Okay,
We'll do a super approval of minutes in the
all right.
next tree
Just
board meeting.
wanted to make sure we hadn't lost track of it because it was
Nope.
2 years ago.
So tonight's discussion is for I believe it's an elm tree. Correct. At 425 East 7th Street, which is a new build, if I'm not correct, if I'm not mistaken. And John, you want to give us just kind of an overview of the tree situation with
Yes,
425
Chairman.
East 7th?
So the tree is an American elm. It's a volunteer tree, which means it was not planted by the village or village staff or a previous resident. It's about 15 inches in trunk diameter, about 40 feet tall, and 30 feet in canopy spread. Health is generally good. Structure, there are no visible defects, although there's a natural lean to the tree as it tried to grow and outcompete the surrounding vegetation. It's very poorly spaced with the additional tree planted by village staff, the linden to the immediate south of the tree. So it's, as it tried to grow up around that linden tree, it curved around it to try to get a little more sunlight.
And the linden is a village planted tree, correct?
Correct.
Yes, and the applicant has agreed to plant a new tree, if I'm not mistaken, under the assumption that this passes this evening. Are there any questions, concerns from any of the members of the board?
What kind of a tree is being planted?
I'm sorry,
What kind of a tree is being planted?
what would you like?
Another
On the
linden?
tree, on the permit application that was submitted by the builder, Courtyard Homes, they put down American elm. And there are disease-resistant varieties of American elm that are planted by the village.
Okay.
And there's sufficient room in the parkway to the east of that linden for that type of tree.
And John, we have certain specifications to be met as it relates to the tree being planted.
Correct, there is a minimum trunk caliper size, and there's spacing guidelines, so we don't have any utility conflicts with the new water, new gas, new sewer, that sort of thing.
Gotcha. And that will be confirmed by the village, correct, in terms of?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
Oh, so the minimum caliber would mean how large the tree?
The
Will be at
circumference-
planting.
Right, the circumference of the trunk.
Sure. Okay, and then Huber will be taking the tree down?
Yes.
Okay. He's a good guy.
And John, I'm assuming there's no issues with removing the old tree. It's not going to hurt the linden that's remaining.
There's challenges because they're spaced closely.
Right.
So it'll have to be done by professionals in a controlled manner, but it's common in the industry.
Right, okay.
Now, sorry, since this is my first tree board, will you be on site as the arborist monitoring the tree being cut down? Or do you just trust the folks you've worked with in the past?
Well, both. If I get a call from Huber, I'll definitely stop out there. But they have completed work in the past in the village
Right.
successfully, so there's that history there as well.
Okay. Where are you purchasing the tree? I know these are a lot of questions. My first meeting for the tree board.
So I would work with my landscape architect to
Perfect.
basically tag a tree that works within the guidelines of the village. So it could come from a variety of sources, and obviously if there's a preference from the village, we would
Right.
certainly abide by that. But otherwise, we would tag something that's within specifications and just place it in a more appropriate
Right.
location, giving that linden that place to go up.
We don't have specific tree nurseries. The village, as a government, uses 4 or 5 different nurseries.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So, if the landscape architect has any problem sourcing it, I'd be glad to help.
And the tree would be planted, I'm assuming, after the new construction was completed?
That's the ideal way to do it, not to put it down while there's still a lot of construction activity
Right.
going on.
And does that align with your plans?
We would definitely want to wait until it could be protected. It would be in a location where it shouldn't be negatively impacted, maybe just for the next couple of months. So after that, we should have a fair amount of freedom. And obviously, we want to plant it in the appropriate season for the tree, doing everything with it to make sure it gets a great start.
Right, and we have some easement specifications as it relates to like driveways and things of that nature.
Correct, we have a pretty detailed specifications for spacing.
Yes, and from the, again, I looked at Google Maps, and it looks as though there's quite a bit of frontage to plant the tree, so that shouldn't present a challenge, I wouldn't think. And so I think the last salient point is the fact that the applicant is asking for a waiver of the permit fee. John, do you deem that's appropriate?
I do because I think it matches what's in our ordinance as far as the section on forestry goals. It's not, this elm is not a significant contributor to the streetscape, and I think it will not detract from the streetscape or the neighborhood to have this tree removed, and a new tree in a more appropriate space is a good addition to the neighborhood of East 7th Street.
It'll be an improvement. Michelle, do you have any questions?
I have no questions. Thank you for asking.
Okay. Ready to take a vote? All right. I think we're ready to take a vote.
Okay.
Want a motion?
Motion to approve the removal of the elm tree at 425 East 7th Street.
Second.
Trustee Postma?
Aye.
Trustee Braden?
Aye.
Trustee Fisher?
Aye.
Chairman Banky?
Aye. All right, good to go.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
I'll send the general contractor the approved permits now that we've got this. Okay, thank you.
All right, have a good night.
Aye.